First off, I want to thank the brave men and women who work behind the wall. I want to thank them on a national level because their job goes unrecognized.
How do they try to turn a guard?
Well, correctional officer. Sorry, I apologize. But correctional officer. How you guys doing today? It's Anthony Gangi, host of Tier Talk, and I ran into someone who retired, and I asked them, how do you feel? Must be a great thing. And their answer shocked me. When we get back from our sponsor, we're going to talk about our conversation. My conversation with the retiree. As always, guys, the show is Tier Talk. If you haven't, please subscribe, interact, engage, comment, hit that bell. That bell's going to notify you every time I post up a video. I stand by for our sponsors.
I wanted to attend a university that had an intelligence program. I wanted to look at problems different. I wanted to increase my critical thinking abilities. AMU offered those avenues to expand. Obtaining your degree as an adult, you're actually paying yourself and investing in yourself. You can't put a dollar on it, it's priceless. It's something that can never be taken away from you.
American Military University. Learn from the leader.
Thank you guys for listening to our sponsors. This will be a quick story. I'm going to talk about what just happened to me on Sunday. I bumped into someone that I haven't seen for about 7 years. 7 years. This person was my training officer. So I left the facility that we worked at together about 7 years ago. So when this person trained me, they already had, let's see, well, I know he had 10 years left because he used to always say that. So he had 10 years left. So I got about 15, 16 years in. This person did 25 years and out. So he would be retired between 5 or 6 years, give or take. And he started the field very young. He entered corrections when he was about 18, 19. So he retired around 43, 44. And I believe now he's about 48 or 49, give or take. So I'm in the local market, got my daughter with me. And I hear, yo, Gange, what's up? And I look, and thank God I recognized him right from the get-go. I recognize my training officers. But, you know, usually when you hear your last name, you don't know if it's a co-worker or if it's a former inmate. So you always have to be very careful. But I walked up to him, I was like, hey, yo, it's been a while. He goes, hey, how are you in the position you're in? I said, I love it, man. I'm at the facility I work at. I love what I do. Really enjoying work. He goes, yeah, I heard you got this podcast going and stuff. I said, yeah, you know me. I'm doing things outside the profession as well, things I enjoy. You know, I love to talk, so you know, this gives me a chance to vent. I try to be objective with everything that I do. I said, but yo, you got to be retired by now. You know, you got to have way over 25 years. And he goes, yeah, I retired as soon as I hit that 25th year. As soon as he completed his 25th year, he was out. And I said, that must feel great because I'm always talking about me. 25 years, not a day more, I'm out. And he goes, yeah, it's great at first. I was like, really? What do you mean at first? He goes, well, when he got the chance, he was eligible to retire, and he did. He said the first thing he felt was completion. And I said, that's great. I agree with that. You know, especially with me. I knew this was going to be a career for me. I'm going to do the 25 years. Once the 25 years is done, I'm out. But it's like you completed something. And he goes, that's the first thing he felt, was that he completed something. And I said, well, that's got to be a good feeling. He goes, it is. But it didn't last long. He said within 2 weeks, you know, he got a chance to spend some time with his wife, but then after 2 weeks, his wife had to go back to work. You know, she's young too, and, you know, she didn't get a chance to retire early like he did. So then he starts realizing, like, man, what am I supposed to do? You know, the first 2 weeks he said was great, but then he started getting antsy. And I said, well, what about getting another job? You know, what about looking at something else that you like, something that maybe limited responsibility or just something that you always wanted to do. I mean, that's kind of what I do this podcast for. You know, when I retire, hopefully if this thing keeps going, I'm able to continue with the love I have for the profession, but it's something that I can do on my own terms, and even better when I retire. And he goes, Gange, it's not about having the other job. I was like, what's it about? And I never expected this from him. Because remember, I used to work with this guy. This guy always used to tell me how many days he had left. Always. 10 years left, 5 years left. And he would say that motivated him through the BS of the profession. I know what's happening. I only have 5 years left of this. I only have 10 years left of this, whatever the case may be. That used to motivate him to stay in the profession. So I said, so what, you know, why not get a job somewhere else, you know? And he goes, Gange, it's not about the job. I miss this profession. I missed the interaction, however briefly, with my peers, my coworkers. I missed the bond that I had with them. And I said, you know, I respect that. Because I didn't expect him to say he missed the profession, as I said, but I respect that answer. And I was like, would that be enough to keep you in the profession? He goes, I'm not going to go back, but if I thought about it, I would have stayed in a little bit longer. I didn't know how much I would miss it. And then I start thinking of the people that follow my channel right now who could retire, but just stay in. They're not doing it for the money. Sometimes they just stay in because they love the job that they do. Or for those that retire and come back because they miss that part of the profession, that bond. I think the bond is part of it. Because again, you can get any other job. You know, you can get any other job. You'll be highly qualified for any other job. But these people choose to stay in corrections. So as I was leaving, we got done speaking, and I was just kind of sitting in my car, and I was thinking, you know me, I like to think. And I like this first answer. I like the completion. I mean, that's me. I'm looking to complete my career and move on. But I'm not in such a rush to retire. I used to say that all the time, hey, I got 9 years left. But I'm not in a rush anymore. Because I'm thinking now that maybe I will miss that bond. Maybe I'll miss that sense of closeness that we share. Because you know that once you retire, even though we say we'll always connect, we do go our separate ways. And I remember actually before we were done with our conversation, he did mention something. He still goes to the events that they hold. And he said he remembered being an officer and saying that he would never go to these events. He would never sit at that has-been table. They call it a has-been table. But now, that's where he sits. He goes to the events. He's starting not to know everybody that's at the events. Some people still recognize him. But now he says he's sitting at the table with the other has-beens. And he just misses it. And again, he's 48, 49 years old. I'm sure a lot of us would sit there and say, you know what, I want out. As soon as I hit the 25 years, I'm out. And he told me, don't rush it. Don't rush it. Because the first couple weeks is good. And then after that, there are things that you're going to miss. Not everybody. Some people are just going to be able to go on their merry way. But I think this video is more for the people who are unsure. And also for people that are still in the profession, even though they could have retired or have retired and gone somewhere else to work the same profession. So I thought it was an interesting story. I like the fact that he said he felt completed once it was done and that he still missed the profession. I didn't expect that. But I thought it was something worth sharing. As always, guys, the show is Tier Talk. Please, if you haven't, subscribe, interact, engage, comment, hit that bell. The bell's going to notify you every time I post up a video. Stay safe.